Our sensors picked up signs of an explosion happening deep underground, near the lab. I don't think any of the other scientists noticed, but it does look like those wannabe monster hunters you mentioned have found a way to sneak in using the old maintenance tunnels. I just hope they don't get caught by the guards inside. That could be very problematic for everyone. I'll keep an eye and see if I can figure out how they got in and how they got out. As usual, let you know if anything changes.
So we opened a door.
Yeah, we dragged it open after blasting the door.
Yeah, sorry, that was a very summarized version of what the intensity that just happened.
So, the hallway you were in was kind of dusty. You could tell, no one had been in there for a while. Your allergies might not be very happy with y'all right now. At all. Especially after the door got blasted.
Probably a lot of dust, yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like it might have been an old guard room or workroom. It is still kind of dusty. Maybe not as dusty, but it doesn't look like anyone's been in there for a while.
Okay.
Hawk's gonna go looking through the room to see if he can find any badge cards or any kind of keys or anything like that.
Investigate a mystery.
Yup.
Oh, I'll do it.
Can more than one of us do it?
Everybody look around, see if we can find some key cards.
What is investigating? Sharp. That is a 6 plus 5.
Yeah.
11 plus 1, 12.
I got a dirty 12.
Hey.
2 5s plus
It's because we're
2.
family.
Hell yeah.
And I got a 5. So I tripped
Because
over
we're
the
not
table.
You smacked your shin on the table, and
Mark experience, though.
also, I think you still haven't gotten all the water out of your shoes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Slosh.
There's probably a grate near where there's a sink area if you want to just dump this, because it's really distracting walking around when you've got your shoes are sloshing.
Yeah, he just dumps them on the floor. Just dumps them on the floor. There's no other,
Okay, so David and I both get 2 questions.
Okay, what did everyone else get?
Oh, I didn't know it was an everyone roll. Oh, that's a failure.
I didn't either.
Everyone would like to, and then tell me what if you're looking for anything in particular.
Yeah, that's a 4. It's fine.
I might regret this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, that's a 6. So still
What are we
a failure.
rolling plus?
Sharp.
Sharp.
Investigate a mystery. Yeah, sharp.
8? What is an 8?
Okay, so mixed success. I think the dust kind of gets to you. You start having a bit of a sneezing fit.
Oh no! Just like in real life. Yeah, no, Bart, it's really just the allergies just really take Bart out of commission during this mystery.
I'm gonna start with Annabelle.
Oh god, okay.
And do we have to ask the questions on Investigative Mystery?
If you have something similar-ish, but I think it's
Pretty close to those questions.
on a 12 plus, you can ask the keeper any question you want about the mystery, not just the listed ones.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I found the list. I guess it would sort of be what happened here? What room is this? What's going on?
Solid choice.
As you're looking around, at first glance it might look like a workspace, but as you kind of look around and take a closer look at things, it looks like it might be basically a break room kind of thing, where they might have supplies stored. There's some lockers on the wall. There's a table on one side. A lot of it's really dusty. There might be some faint tracks in the dust where maybe other people have been around here, but it's mostly on the other side where there's another door.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a mix between a break room and an in-between. So maybe a guard station or where the workers would sit and rest between shifts.
Okay.
Darren, what are you trying to figure out?
I was going to see if, ask what, the quickest way out would be, but it sounds like you said there's just one door, right?
Yep, there is a door.
Okay, cool. Let's say, what is being concealed here, if anything? And I guess maybe to help you out a little bit, even if there maybe if this room is a little old, are there any old maps or grids or anything that shows an old, maybe more tunnels, maybe more something like that? Feel free to say no. I'm just that sort of looking for those sort of things.
Totally say yes, though.
I'm just trying to think of exactly how old I want this room to be.
Oh.
I feel the further we go, the more and more this becomes something that would turn into a bigger campaign. But I don't have the spoons for
Understood.
at the moment. Probably like in some cabinets you find where it looks like someone might have used it to stash like full empty liquor bottles. It's like where people might have stashed the good stuff. In one of the lockers you do find what looks like a map. A lot of it's kind of faded, but you can kind of see where you are in like some other tunnels. A couple are marked as collapse. There's one, but there's like a spider infestation or something. You can see like a bit along the way of where Hawk was trying to take you.
Right on. Definitely would take that. And do we get to ask another question?
You rolled what again?
A 12.
Yeah, so 10 plus, you can ask 2 questions, and then you get a third question. So I'll let you ask your 2, and then I'll let Roz ask her 2, and then y'all can decide when you want your... Because Roz also got... What'd you get again?
Yeah.
I think we still only get 2. The 12 just means that we can ask any question. We don't have to pick the lid.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll, at this point, because we're asking a lot of questions about this room, I'll forego my second question, but I do want to ask one question about the mystery. It seems like there's been a lot of radiation, a lot of that kind of situation. Is there any markings or any signs that there might be radiation happening even this far down or this far away from the main part of the tunnel? Like, are we in danger, basically, of radiation, or are we still sort of somewhat safe?
As far as you can tell, you're fine. You see there are marked spots on the map where they were, like, working with it, but they're pretty far away. So this is more like external security, a lot of the work that was being done with the radiation. I'm going to say this map is after all of the Hiroshima, Nagasaki, all of that, where they were continuing to work with radiation and nuclear energy and things like that. But I think it was before the success in Jackson with the time travel thing. But you can't tell exactly when. It's like somewhere in that area, so like they're still working on stuff as well as like looking into other things. So there's definitely like marked on the map and like maybe some circles marked up on there. Don't spend too long in these areas, but they're not near where you are.
Right on. Perfect. Thank you so much.
I thought that radiation was the thing that was emanating from Area 51 that we're worried about. Like there was some sort of radiation still active.
Oh yeah, Object 51.
But we're still real far away from that. We're miles away from that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the lab's got all kinds of stuff to keep that as contained as possible. And it's not like they leave radioactive materials just like sitting out.
Yeah. I just sort of wanted to see if we were getting dangerous.
This is a spot where civilians would have, like, civilian workers would have used this at one point in time.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it might have, like, also been, like, where, like, workers and guards would have been.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. That's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, so my first question is going to be, when was the last time somebody was here?
Ooh, good question.
I want to say, like, it's probably been several months. Like, you can see where it's, like, people have come in and looked around. All the tracks are near to the door, but it doesn't look like anyone's been in here for a long time. So it might have been, like, they realized, oh, hey, there's this down here, and they picked around, like, oh, nothing much, this door's not gonna open, it's the locking mechanism's rusted. Also, we want to point out, the door from the other side looks mostly fine, because it's a really sturdy, heavy door, so you can't really tell it got blasted on the other side.
Okay, so then, before I ask my second question, I want clarification, because somebody had mentioned that there is a door, so there's another door that they can go, like, we can continue down the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay.
So perhaps it would be like, if someone was kind of guarding in the area where the lake might not have always been there, but where the lake was, they could, like, go down there and, like, go and take a break and swap out and stuff.
So then my second question, I'm actually going to relate kind of to my background of tech, and I want to know if there's any concealed security system, like cameras that we didn't see right away or something.
Dang,
for real.
This is what happens when it tells me I can ask any question.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great question.
I mean, you were 2 for 2 on that, though. I mean, it's fucking 2 for 2.
I don't know how well they could have concealed it back around, like, the 80s-ish.
I mean, no, they couldn't have concealed it very well in the 80s, but if somebody came down a couple months ago and was like, oh, this still exists. Maybe we should just throw a camera or a motion sensor or something down here just to make sure. That's where Roz's mind would be going. Like, did a motion sensor warn somebody that we just opened this door kind of deal?
Fucking solid.
And you can tell me no, and I would like that better.
The only thing that's out of place that you notice is like tucked somewhere kind of secure is a modern day like Geiger counter that looks like it has the ability to transmit the signal and like what it's reading to somewhere else. So it's like someone put that here like so just in case, like, oh hey, this is a place where we can put one of these, so if there's any weird fluctuations and things, it'll pick up the readings and let us know. Because the people in lab are working with weird stuff.
Okay, that's good.
Well, do y'all think we should keep on going? I found this map. Kind of has a few markings of places that might be a little more radiated. Maybe we check that out in a little bit. But if this is just a reconnaissance mission, maybe we keep on keeping on.
Darren keeps impressing Hawk, like his sense of urgency, his sense of like keeping things efficient. He's taking a leadership role. This is super cool. Yeah. So, shucks.
He's proud, Dad.
Yeah. Like Hawk really has like a proud papa sort of look on his face, and y'all probably can't see it because nobody's looking at Hawk. But because Darren's doing a good job of doing things right. At this point, Hawk has decided that Darren is their leader.
The mundane gets put in charge.
Right on. I don't know if Darren's decided that.
No, Darren doesn't decide that either. But like to Hawk, it makes sense to him. Like this is how this works.
Right on. I'll take it. I do want to say something to Bart once we walk out though, but a little more secretive. So, but unless anyone else says anything.
I mean, the other door is locked, but like you can see the locking mechanism and how it works. So you can actually wait. No, it wouldn't make sense for it to be locked. It's unlocked.
Right on.
I think that your opportunity to talk to Bart kind of secretly would come when everybody's like, or you're like, we're ready to go, and Roz is like, yep, and then walks off. And so then probably like Hawk and Annabelle are like, oh shit, there she goes. And you guys can, because she just like, okay, doors open, gone.
Moving, yeah. I think if you'll allow me, Bart, if we're still moving in that general direction.
Yeah. This door opens to
the candy shop.
That would be more menacing.
Like a commissary?
Oh, that would be cool.
There's another stretch of hallway, and it matches what you see on the map, and you would look in the map, you can know, like, if there's another door and a set of stairs that go up.
Right on. Perfect. I'll help out that a second. I just wanted, like, hey Bart.
Yeah, what's up?
I know, I didn't want to believe you the first time you showed me, but now I'm starting to see stuff that's a little bit unexplainable, and it just makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I trust you, but like that means all the creepy things I saw in the Waffle House parking lot at 3 a.m. makes me think those might have been real. And I want you to know I don't think you're a street magician anymore.
Thanks. No, I mean, I wouldn't be this flippant about it if it wasn't something serious. And it's literally like the guardian of the nature in this area is getting all fucked up by this radiation. So I figure you're all as trustworthy as any, except for maybe Hawk.
Nah, he's a good guy.
Hawk hears this and he goes, true.
Bart kind of like makes a face.
He's got a crusty exterior. Deep down, he's a good guy.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't quite agree, but yeah, no, like I get that, like, but yeah, no, this is important, and I want to make sure that the town and everything in it is safe. So I'm gonna be showing off more of that. Sometimes it can go wrong, so be ready for that.
Well, we're here for it.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
I just want to let you know I believe you now. I didn't like an hour ago, but I believe you. So let's make it happen.
Sounds good. I can do way more than that, so I don't have to show off too much.
That makes me not want to believe you, but I still do believe you. So
it's a little free form. You can do all sorts of stuff. I would offer to teach you, but it was kind of like a long form taught to me since I was very young type thing. So
no, I'm good. And he like pats his nunchucks. It's like, this is all the magic I need.
Oh yeah, no,
Are they like tucked in your back pocket?
Oh, absolutely. He pats his butt basically. We're good. We're good. I appreciate it. You take care of that there abracadabra, and
yeah,
and I'll use these.
Yeah, and if you see something behind me that's like a shadow type thing, don't freak out. That's part of the deal.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I did, and it was freaky.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I figured I would mention it. It talks to me sometimes. He's hit or miss.
Also, I feel like maybe everyone can hear this more or less. I don't know if everyone's paying attention.
We're trying to talk quietly, but it's happening. It's loud. Well, hey, thanks. And he like moves forward and he goes like to Hawk and the rest of people. Says, I found this map and it looks like there's a door with some stairs leads up if that's where y'all want to go.
Well, that is which way we was heading to begin with.
It was, yeah.
But now we know what to expect.
Yeah.
It's an old map.
Hawk looks at everybody and says, "Look, I think we ought to go up because that's how we need to get out of here. But what do you want to do, Darren?"
No, I think going up. Is everyone cool going up? I think if you think we made it far enough in past Gate B, if we're in that no man's land. Well, actually, hold on one second. And can I look on the map? I know it's old, and again, feel free to say no. I know we were kind of worried about getting over Gate C. Does it look like there's any chance, even if it is maybe past some of the radiation zones or past some of the more dangerous zones, maybe an older or another tunnel that would get us at least closer, maybe not all the way past Gate C, but maybe a little bit a more advantageous position?
Roll to investigate.
Yeah. And that's a sharp roll. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. That is oh boy. What is my sharp? Okay, that's a 7. That is a 7.
Okay, so that's mixed success. Then you get to ask for investigate a mystery. You get to ask one question.
With the question, what is being concealed here? I guess to be more, is there something being concealed here? Is there another tunnel, another passageway that could get us closer to Gate C?
Probably have to compare it with a more up-to-date map to know for sure, but there are some other tunnels that kind of branch off from where the staircase leads.
Uh-huh.
And there's also, you might be able to spot like other places where you could like get into or out of the tunnels that would be able to, but you'd have to look at a more modern map to make sure. But this will at least get you a decent length and to be able to get a good eye on the surroundings.
All right. Darren would bring that up to the group, be like, hey, I think we can go up here, or we could take our chances and see. I don't know if I think we're kind of tight on time, but we might be able to get a little more of a better position if we go deeper in. I just don't know what these tunnels hold. I also don't know how accurate this map is. So I guess we leave it up to the group. Do y'all want to go up these stairs or take our chances at maybe getting a little better position?
I'm good with taking the risk. I think so far we haven't run into too much resistance, so.
That's right.
I agree. I'm good with the risk.
Miss Annabelle?
Y'all also have like 2 more days to like do research and get a better understanding of where things are.
That is true. Hawk, what you think?
I'm with you.
And Annabelle, did you have anything to say?
Nope. I'm just gonna go with it.
Right on.
Hawk comes out last, and as the camera follows everyone as they're going, you see Hawk like look back at the door though, at the stairs, like, God damn it! I just wanted to go upstairs. I wanted to get out of here.
Oh no!
No,
Sorry.
this is good.
You would have to go all the way back out and then find one of the other entry points to get to other sets of time.
Oh.
Yeah.
That changes things. Okay.
That's why I was like, you got time to like figure out where things are in relation to things.
Okay, I thought it was just another tunnel like farther in. Okay, that changes things. Never mind, scratch that.
There might be more tunnels and halls connecting to where the top of the stairs are.
Got it. Okay, then I guess we're heading up those stairs. Sorry everyone. I misread this map. It's old and it's a little bit faded. I misunderstood what I was reading. Let's go up these stairs.
You just have a moment of like, wait, no, I was looking at the wrong tunnel.
He turns it right side up and he's like, oh shit.
Are we able to compare the maps that I found with where we are on the big maps, using the kind of smallish map, kind of like laying them over, seeing if we can, because my map's modern, but it's probably not detailed with tunnels. I know that one of my maps is a heat map.
Yours is satellite images, and like, you have them printed out or just like on your phone?
I have one of them printed out, the most but basic, but like then on the phone I have the heat map and I have the strange occurrences one that we didn't know exactly what it was marking.
There's heat, radiation, and then you're not entirely sure what it is. You probably could, but I feel like you'd have to spend some time lining things up. And I think y'all are mostly just like trying to get a good like grasp of where things are, what the security is like, and then get out before y'all basically have to spend an entire day there.
No, once I kind of like realize that I can't do this while walking, I put it to the side to do when we get above ground.
Or when y'all get back to somewhere that you're not trespassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Love it. Love it.
Because you don't want to get caught here. You're not entirely sure if you would go to jail or just be kind of... you don't know where you would end up, other than it probably wouldn't be a very fun time.
Hawk's pretty certain that they'd get disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
You're trespassing in a place where they mess with some, like, really weird, very top secret stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You might never be seen again for national security reasons. I'm pretty sure Ross has all kinds of theories as to what happens to people who get disappeared.
Oh yeah, no, they're still alive. Roz full on believes that like Tupac got disappeared and is still alive.
Tupac is, let me just scroll up so I can see it. Object 51.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Nah.
That's 50 Cent, sorry. So we're heading up the stairs?
Yes.
Yeah, so get to the top of the stairs. There's not a door there. It's just open. It is kind of dark, but it's been pretty dark, but it does look a lot cleaner here, and there's some newer signs that have been posted on the wall.
Are they like HR signs?
Some of it's HR related.
It's like the old version of CPR.
Yeah.
No, these look relatively recent.
Oh.
That's disturbing if they're recent.
Is it staying alive? Is it tells you to use staying alive as your rhythm?
Bum, 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 bum. Staying alive.
It's more of a, there's like a notice to the top of the stairs that like it leads to a dead end and a locked door. Don't go down there unless like you're authorized.
So when we realize that there are posters that are new, Roz like stops dead in her tracks. She's like, they've been here recently. That poster is roughly 46 days old since they released that poster.
Okay, that means we're in an
Damn,
active
Ross.
part of the lab, which means we should probably head back.
It is pretty quiet though.
Oh, it is 3 in the morning, yeah.
Did we get what we needed? Because I'd hate to have got my shoes all wet and almost died down the ladder for nothing. If do we need to keep going, get some more stuff? We're already here.
I mean, wasn't the goal to figure out how to get into the lab after dealing with the nature spirit? So we're in the lab. We've cut right past actually showing up between both B and C, and I think we're in there now.
Some of the signs, like, you get feeling like there's probably something of like a guard station nearby, but you don't hear anyone. Because at this time, it doesn't sound like there's like a rotation.
Yeah, I think what I want to do is check and see how close we are with investigative mystery. See if I can sense how close we are to like the source of the radiation. Because if we're close, then this is like good enough. You know what I mean? Because we have maps and like all that stuff.
You did kind of get a bit of a read when you opened your third eye. If you would like to try
Oh.
that.
Sure, this would be read a bad situation. And that's an 11.
This could be a bad situation. What's everyone else up to?
Hawk pulls Darren aside, and he says, "Look, Bart makes a good point. We haven't even dealt with the first part yet, and we're sitting here. It's probably," and he looks at his watch. It's probably what 4:30 at this point.
Getting close to when you would imagine the guards would change over.
And he says, "And we know we got at least a 1.5 mile walk back to the pond. So
We gotta get going soon, yeah.
Yeah, I think we learned what we learned is it's going to be hard as hell to get into this place, but we got another thing to deal with, and I think Bart can handle it. So I think we ought to go back.
I think you're right.
Is Bart reading a bad situation to look at the third eye? Because if so, I just rolled because I would like to look for something too.
Sure.
Okay.
I got a 13 for my open my third eye, read a bad situation.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
What special things do you get with that again?
Everything. He gets to know everything he wants to know.
Oh, no, basically, I get a +1 hold, plus I can see invisible things. So I was just going to use it to see if I can take in, like, how close is the source of the radiation to where we are right now.
Can you see the radiation? Because it's invisible, but it has physical properties.
Oh, yeah, I can see, like, cool radio waves and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
As for seeing radiation, you can see like faint traces, but it's not near enough to where it would be like potentially dangerous.
Okay. But we're closer.
The thing that you got the bad vibes from earlier, like it is closer. Between looking at the map, you can probably like pinpoint around where it would be. And like it does kind of confirm what you had found from other map stuff.
Yeah.
The other investigation stuff you had done. You are able to see that. I'm like, that was a really good roll, so I think you might hear
Oh, sure.
how well that is. So you sense there are guards, so they're stationed far enough away that they're not close enough to be aware of y'all, but you hear them kind of talking back and forth about how weird it is working here, how they're glad they got the weekend shift when that professor isn't here. And there's also a mention that he has cut down the amount of guard in that area during a specific time frame. And that lines up when you know he's messing with the object. There are still guards there, but they're stationed so they don't have a way of knowing what's going on with whatever he's doing.
Okay.
Also, you get from Vehigante that he really doesn't like what's giving off the bad vibes.
Okay.
It's something that shouldn't be there.
Alright, so I go over to the map that Darren has and just very quickly scribble down, like, my notes. With, like, when the third eye opens, it's literally like a glow from the forehead that's just like a bright kind of like neonish green.
Darren's just shaking his head.
And same with the eyes. Like, it's the third eye, and then his regular eyes go, like, full green. And he's just very quickly, like, scribbling down on the map and kind of following along the paths. It's like, okay, we basically know where to go. I think we have everything we need. And I think the guards here get really bad vibes, too. So does Vehigante. Ooh, okay. And, like, immediately, like, the eye shuts, and Bart just gets a really bad headache. It's like, okay. Ooh, okay, yeah. I think we're good. Anything else?
You want a Red Bull? Help with that headache?
Yes,
I
please.
got a Red Bull.
Oh, man.
So, who else was rolling?
I rolled to read a bad situation as well. I got a 9 + 2, an 11.
Nice.
So all of my questions are from my tech standpoint. So what's the biggest threat, which in my mind is security cameras, motion sensors, things like that.
We must be related. I was on the same line of thought.
When you look around, you don't see anything that's pointed towards where y'all are, but you do see signs of other things. Mostly just security cameras, because you imagine it's supposed to be really, really hard to get here.
Mm-hmm.
With that high roll, you're able to watch and kind of like get a feel for the timing of how the security cameras pan. You see signs of high-tech things to keep an eye out for any radiation, fire, any other kinds of noxious fumes, any other hazards, any sort of health, life hazards, and they're very sensitive. But if they're just looking for like too much carbon monoxide, any if there's a fire, or if there's any other kind of gases that kill people, things like that.
Okay, so David, I want to ask one more question before I let you get to
Yeah,
yours.
go for it.
And then we can bounce back for the rest of them. So then my next question is, what is most vulnerable to me?
Your heart.
Yeah, okay. I'll acknowledge that for 3 seconds, but then I'm back to what can I hack? Like, what is vulnerable to my magic hacking skills?
The physical structure of the place was not necessarily designed for the security measures that have been retrofitted into it. So the way the cameras function and pan is not perfect. So I imagine you can like spot where some blind spots are.
Can I spot like the actual wires if I needed to like say maybe jack into them?
Yeah, I imagine there's like possibly like a wire or two. Because they had to get creative and retrofit. They're cleverly hidden, but you know where people would hide wires for kinds of stuff like that, because you know that's where people hide wires, and you have intentionally any wires you have to hide, you don't hide them like that.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna let Darren ask some questions before I do my last one, because I have to think about it.
Yeah. Well, no, it's totally fine. That actually works out perfectly, because I was also going to roll to... I just want to see if in this room, if there was any security cameras, but even with all my pluses, I got a 4. So I already marked experience. Stop me if this is going overboard, but I imagine it would be something on the lines of, I saw a camera and I was like, whoop, but then like I looked again and I was like, oh, this one's not on, we're fine. And then I just stood there for a really long time, and like if there is someone watching on the other side, they would have very clearly seen exactly who I am.
Oh no!
That's
man.
yeah. Not to railroad your story. Just I feel like if looking for cameras and you complete failure, it'd be like that one's off.
Oh.
Hi, like
Oh,
it's
no.
just like
Everyone's in a group, so who reacts to Darren just kind of staring at the camera?
Roz, that's my last question. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? And it's Darren.
shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh fuck. This one's Caesar.
I'm just kind of picturing Roz just yanks Darren out of the way, so like the camera pans back and he's gone.
Oh.
Exactly.
It's like it panned over, saw him, panned away, and then panned back, and he's like gone.
He's gone. You see under the camera, like Roz has like ripped him down and is like holding him out. It was like,
Oh.
never listen when I'm talking to you at the Waffle House. I told you how to avoid this.
You're right. I'm sorry. It looked off. Y'all, I think we need to move.
Let's go. Let's go.
Annabelle, you
I
want
might
to
have
do
just blown this
anything?
whole thing wide open.
Annabelle or Hawk? Either of y'all want to do something?
I want to leave.
Yeah, I want to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to leave real bad.
Yeah.
So, however we need to do that.
So Relative skedaddle back down the stairs
Yep.
and go back. Don't really stop running until you get through the door.
That's right.
Actually, before we leave, can I just look around and try and really familiarize myself with the areas that we're going through?
Very nice. Very nice.
Does that require a roll or?
Just roll plus sharp. That makes the most sense.
Okay. I don't have any moves I can do for that.
I feel like maybe you could make a read a bad situation roll plus sharp. Maybe I don't know if that's good for you.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Just the plus sharp.
3, so I'm gonna mark experience.
Oh no!
Yeah, join the club.
You were too focused on not getting caught and making sure everyone else gets out all right.
Okay.
Because I imagine Hawk could just shepherding and herding everyone down the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Go, God damn it.
Yeah, I have -1 sharp. I'm not good at that.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Oh shit. Let's go.
Yeah, no. Bart is scrambling.
Let's just hope the guards think it's one of the weird things that happens at the lab.
Oh my God, we are one of those time anomalies.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the guards are gonna be like, "Oh no, it's that time shit again."
Probably he didn't catch any readings.
Is this the game with the hard moves?
Yes, this is a game with the hard moves.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I just get a hard move against me?
Yeah.
Or is... Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, on a read a bad situation, it doesn't say what the hard move would be, so I don't.
Yeah, I haven't really messed with the hard moves.
the only experience I have with Monster of the Week is Adventures on Amnesty,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing.
Same.
Griffin used those like a motherfucking scalpel. Like, it was great.
Well, I'm sure there will be interesting repercussions.
Oh no.
Yeah.
To the fact that at least one person in the lab might believe you were actually there.
There is footage, documented evidence.
Oh no.
It's like the one place in that whole entire facility that had a camera still working and was pointing in one direction. And it was like it wasn't even an easy place to stand in. You just like, Darren's like doing this.
There was a vending machine that had a bunch of Red Bulls in it, and I was like behind it trying to like open it
Need
up.
more Red
And I was
Bull.
like, oh no!
Oh no, they caught me slacking.
They caught me slacking.
I love that because that would make it easier for you to just disappear, like have a set of hands grab you and pull you back to make it vaguely horror movie-esque.
Hey Jim, the Red Bull ghost is back.
Amazing.
All right, so yeah, I'm
Cool.
we're scrambling.
We're booking it.
Y'all are able to get all the way out without any real issues. I imagine you close the doors behind you, and you can't really lock that one door back, but it doesn't look like it doesn't visually look broken on the inside side, but from the side that you bashed in, it looks rough.
Actually, I will take, if we have time, I will take a quick second, and I imagine I have an empty Red Bull can. I want to wedge it, not opening the door, not keeping the door open, but I want to put it in a place that if someone opened the door, it would move. Like, it just, in case someone, yeah, like, not like springing a trap. I just want to make it in such a position that, like, if somebody walked through there, that wasn't us, they would kick it over, or something.
I kind of picture you put it to where, like, it's near, like, the hinge where it opens. So, like, it wouldn't be super obvious, but also, like, it would move or, like, get crushed, or, like, you would be able to tell. Kind of, is it kind of like, you know, when people, like, stick a toothpick in the door? Except for you don't want anything to fall, because, like, if there's suddenly, like, a soda tab on the floor, they'll be like, what?
Yeah, how the hell did this Red Bull get? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just
two tied together.
Yeah, none of my nunchuck Red Bulls. Yeah, yeah. So that's what, and then it's like just taking literal seconds to like wedge it somewhere, move it somewhere that, like, a semi-alarm, and then booking it with the rest of the crew.
Yeah, I'll say you're able to do that, and y'all get out and get all the way back up just fine, because adrenaline's kicking in, so
it's like 5-ish by the time we get back to our, like 5:15-ish by the time we get back to our place, our truck at least.
Are y'all going back to where you were pretending to be fishing? To pretend to fish for a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, so we come out of the tunnel, up out of the ground into the little cove, and everybody gets out the pond, and Hawk turns the oh my goodness, the
drain
faucet handle, basically. Yeah. And he spins it, and water starts to come up out of the ground, and at first it's just muddy and gross, and then it's coming up, and then it looks like a regular cove that's part of the little pond. And as we're walking up next to the pond, Hawk picks up the fishing poles where he had dropped them and hands one to everybody and says, drag them through the water for a minute. And everybody, so he shows what he was talking about. He puts his rod in the water, soaks the entire line all the way down, drags it through, gets a little grass on it, pulls it back out, snaps it back into place. And he said, if anybody asks, we ain't catching up with a hard time.
I like that.
Hey, that's a good excuse, though, because you were trying to you were trying to get us to catch a fish, and if we didn't catch a fish, we're gonna have to fucking come back. Because without fish, we're just gonna do a ton of drugs.
We need these fish to put us on the straight and narrow.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I gotta make sure to throw up more horns, like, on the way out, so they know that I have not learned my lesson.
You haven't, obviously. You rotten children. God damn it. So we toss all the wet rods back into the back of the truck, and I reckon we sit the same way as we came in, and we drive up to gate A and wave at Dave. And if you want Dave to stop us,
Yeah, probably, like, ask how the fishing went.
Yeah, and as I tell you what, man, go look in the bed of the truck. And as Dave goes walking by, he goes, we didn't catch nothing but a hard time. And he feels like it sounds weird when he says it, but he knows he said it a million times before because he's a bad fisherman.
Dave just kind of chuckles and shakes his head. Ain't that your way?
I'm gonna bring these youngins back probably, I don't know, maybe even tomorrow night, and maybe try this again because drugs. So we'll see you later.
Dave, you know drugs, right?
Drugs.
drugs. Hey. Acquainted.
Like, well, get some rest. Hope you have a good one.
You too, Dave.
Yeah.
And what do y'all do?
I want to roll to manipulate someone.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
So we'll see how it goes.
Who are you manipulating?
I want to ask Dave, and maybe this isn't to manipulate someone. I want to be like, so security guards. That seems like a pretty rough shift. What are your hours like? We were here for a long time. What kind of shifts you pull over here? Because I'm tired as hell, and you're still working. I basically want to know a window that we might be able to come back with Dave.
Yeah, roll to manipulate someone.
Oh boy. Might be using that look here, but we'll see what the... Oh.
Hawk helps out.
You're in a different car.
No, Darren was with me.
Oh, I'm with Hawk.
For coming in and out, you put the kids in the van and you and Annabelle are in the truck. That's the way we did it before.
Yeah.
No, I was sitting in between
Sitting
them.
between us.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I said he's
All
sitting
right.
betwixt us.
I was sitting on the hump, yeah. I'm not just trying to lie about that. If you want me to not be in the same truck, that's fine.
Oh, no, it's okay. I misunderstood.
I also remember Darren being with me and Hawk.
All right, cool.
Gotcha. That was me, Mr. Moon.
I just remember because I was going to make an awkward joke about how, like, when Miss Annabelle sat next to me, I would, just when the teacher sits next to you, you say you don't want to, like...
She is a preschool teacher. I don't think she ever taught you.
It's just like, there's, like, that delineation of, like, you are a professional teacher. Anyway, that's why I didn't make it. It was a weird joke. Roll to manipulate someone. That was that's a plus charm. I do have that. That is an 8.
Hawk helps out, though.
Right. That'll still be a mixed success even if you help out.
Yeah, it's a plus. It would only be a +1.
Oh, shit. Never mind. You're on your own, Darren. Sorry, buddy.
No, that's fine. I'm going off script here, so it makes sense you wouldn't know.
So I'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show you mean it.
Give him a Red Bull.
Oh yeah, shit, totally. Like I'll be like, hey man, like.
It's something that they ask.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Dave, ask him for a Red Bull.
What? Are you interested in being a security guard?
Honestly, that kind of depends on your answer. If this is you every single night, I don't know if my mind can take that, but I would honestly, yeah, I kind of would. It seems like a pretty respectable job working in a place like this. I think, there's not a here, and he like kind of leans out the window. He says, honestly, there's not a whole lot in this town.
You're leaning over Hawk.
Yeah, sorry, Hawk. There's not a whole lot in this town that I think is worth a damn. But something, just seeing you all standing out here, I think it's y'all have a reason, and that's more than you can say for most people in this town.
Hey, Hawk can't argue with that. It's a little...
I, as a person, don't know what the kind of shifts will be, but he just kind of nods and gives you a rough estimate. Like they have long shifts, but they're not alone. I think he might also just give you a pamphlet with information. Like, if you're interested, here's some.
Yeah, totally. No, I appreciate that.
Because you have to have a certain amount of clearance to be able to work in a place like that, but it's a pamphlet, some information on the place to get certification and how to go about that.
Thank you very much, Officer Dave. Thank you.
No problem, kid. And so, what do y'all do after you leave the lab? You guys maybe go back to your places to get some sleep and reconvene later?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
that would be Roz's first priority.
Especially Darren's probably about to fall asleep.
Yeah. And make sure somebody looks up the shift hours for because typically on something like that, it would be a 7 to 7, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah, something along those lines. don't know.
I'm just saying, having a
No,
good
it's
hard
good.
time, like saying it's 7 is like, that'll give us something to work around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will get back to y'all on that, but he would have given you that information.
Right on.
Right on.
And sometimes there's like
Right.
overlaps depending on different stations and so forth. Everyone gets dropped off back at their own places, and you make plans to meet up sometime later in the afternoon.
Drop Annabelle back off at her car.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Miss Annabelle, again, I'm real sorry. I'd realize now maybe we shouldn't have woke you up at 2 a.m. to bring you out here just to get my face seen by the security camera. But thanks for coming out with us.
I'm gonna see this thing through.
That's good to know. That's because I think we'll reconvene in a couple hours.
Yeah.
So
We'll need some. Oh, jeez.
Getting close to 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun's not quite up yet, but you can see like there's signs of it maybe starting to come up soon.
Mhm.
So imagine like maybe like planning to meet up like around noon or after noon.
As we're like going, Roz just full on is curled up in the seat and like falls asleep almost immediately because we just walked like 5 miles and she's so little and she's just like no. And so oddly, she's probably one of the few people in the world that can sleep through their driving.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
and it's just like full on napping. And
Yeah.
then when they get to Roz's house, push her out the door.
It's like, hey, we're here. You've done a good sleep. Go sleep more.
Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned next week to find out what happens next on Tempus Multae. If you don't want to wait, you can get early access to our episodes over at patreon.com/pseudonymsocial. If you like our show, please consider leaving us a review on your favorite podcasting app so people can know where to find us. We couldn't do this without your help. Season 1 of Tempus Multae was made in collaboration with Doug Hawley of Good Better Quest as a prologue for a show that he will be doing in the future set in Oak Ridge's sister city of Jackson, South Carolina. Brianna Jean is the keeper and producer with editing help from Nikki of Beholder to No One.
I'm Casey, playing Annabelle Joyce, and you can find me on the Aboard the Opal Star podcast.
hello, everybody. My name is David Tilstra, but today I'll be playing Darren Calloway. I am the Dungeon Master over at From Afar Podcast. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at From Afar Podcast. You can find myself at David Tilstra on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, that's about it.
Hey, this is Doug. I play Hawk Bailey. You can find me on Twitter at DougGBQ or on the podcast Good Better Quest.
I'm Ian. I will be playing Bartolomeo, the Spellcaster, and you can find me on the Ballad of the Seven Dice Twitch channel, playing Weary in the Rise of Nyarlathotep campaign.
Hi, I'm Nicola, and I'm playing Rosalind Stollard, aka Roz. You can find me on Twitter at Nicola the Druid, or on Twitch as Druidcraft Productions, where I host Tiny Hut, a weekly show focused on education, advocacy, and charity.
Stay safe out there, dear friends, and always remember things are not as they seem.